I actually discovered this game last year while I was looking at new releases on the Steam store page. Its art style immediately caught my eye because it looked like something from Studio Ghibli, so I decided to get the game, and it took me by surprise. It felt like I was playing through an animated movie with a decent story to tell. Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery is a 2021 game developed by Silver Lining Studio and published by Akupara Games and Akatsuki Taiwan. It tells the story of an aspiring artist who's trying to finish a painting for an art gallery submission. As you help create her artwork, you'll start uncovering portions of her life and her connection with a neighbor who also has an artistic side. Pieces of the story are found as you play the game's 6 chapters, but a lot of it is shown through beautifully animated cutscenes. Seriously, Behind the Frame is gorgeous. It's really hard not to get immersed in a game like this because it's visually captivating, and it has such a soothing soundtrack. That's all I have to say about the cutscenes. I won't reveal too much about the story either, since this game is only an hour long. So painting is a big mechanic here, but you can't go straight into it. You have to go through the main character's morning routine, like preparing breakfast and brewing coffee. It's repetitive, sure, but in a good way because it helps you settle in on the game's slice-of-life ambience. The moment you step into the main character's house, it feels almost like a real place that someone lives in. Her house is filled with so much detail and personality, with decorations, clothes, brushes, and paint buckets surrounding the area. Most of the game is played with a panoramic camera, so you can't freely explore here. I think it's an interesting style that fits the game very well. Going back to painting, it's actually really easy to continue her artwork. You don't need to worry about your artistic skills because all you need to do is drag your brush across the canvas. So painting in this game feels kinda like a coloring book. The game will always tell you if you're painting on the right spot with the right color, but before you can completely finish her piece, you'll need to find the missing colors on her palette. Each color is found by completing the game's puzzles, which for the most part are straightforward. Even if a puzzle seems confusing, you can always find clues by looking around or by accessing your in-game sketchbook. My favorite puzzles in the game were the ones that needed objects to be painted in a certain color. Drawing them can get a little awkward, like sometimes the game wouldn't recognize a circle or an umbrella that I painted, but it never got too frustrating for me. And speaking about drawing, the parts where you sketch in the game are even simpler since you don't need to worry about colors or anything, but I love doing them because there's just something so satisfying about seeing the whole sketch unfold on paper. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with Behind the Frame. I absolutely love almost everything about this game, from the music, art, and animation. The game is really relaxing to play through, and to top it all off, it has a nice story that gets quite emotional. I wish I could talk about it more, but like I said, the game is short, so I don't want to spoil it. Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery is out on a ton of platforms too, so take your pick. I highly recommend you all to play the game if you want something comfy with nice visuals and a story that may leave you with a tear or two in your eye. Let me know what you thought about the video. This game was such a good find. I really liked this one scene in the game that looked like it came out of a Ghibli movie. I know the whole game probably looks like Ghibli, but there's this particular scene in the game that looked like something from Howl's Moving Castle. Major props to the artists and animators here. They did a wonderful job. Anyway, I'll stop gushing about the art and end the video now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which is actually coming out real soon.